Righty, welcome everyone. Tell you what I want, what I really, really want. I want Jolene to save Foo Fighters. That would be best thing I could ever imagine I could. Da, 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 da. I wish that we could save the Foo Fighters, but the fighters just got fooled. Oh shit. Oh no. Alrighty, welcome everyone. I'm Teeaboo, and I am here for JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, episode 22. Last time on JoJo's, Foo Fighters got turned into mist, and I'm really sad about it. Or I would be if I wasn't quite suspicious that Foo Fighters will be back and better than ever. Given that we didn't get like a retired sequence or a sadness sequence or a turning into a light and a ghost sort of thing sequence or anything quite like that, I have hope that maybe Foo Fighters will live on, especially given that FF has been one of the most resilient characters that we've, as far as I can tell, ever seen in JoJo's. Just like made of plankton and can rejuvenate based on any amount of water. And it's like, Poochie did putting a disc inside Foo Fighters and making her toast herself using the water temperature of the thing really? Does that really do it? Maybe. Maybe. Maybe not. I'm gonna hope not, but, we gotta go with the story as it's being told to us, and at the present, Foo Fighters is dead, and so we're very sad. On the other side of everything, Jolene... Oh yeah, speaking of which, that's Foo Fighters. This is my drawing for the day. I drew her sort of. I did this from memory, so I drew the moment of like great triumph when water is acquired and Foo Fighters gets the whole body back and gets to be a full humanoid again and is like, sweet, I can get the hell out of here. And then Poochie does the whole, no, I've actually seen through your moves and I've put a disc inside your head portion and that makes your other portion do a different thing, which somebody explained in the comments, and it still doesn't make sense, but that's JoJo's. It's like, sometimes you just gotta distance yourself from the making sense part and just enjoy the flow of the thing, and just sort of like, okay, we'll just take that as it goes. Thanks, Araki. I appreciate the cool art and the cool writing. You solved your own problem, and the story continues, and so it does. So, on the other side of things, Jolene and Narciso Anasui are dealing with young parenthood. um, there's a baby, and it's a problem. It has a stand, and its stand attacks you, but also if you approach the baby, you get smaller, depending on whether the baby has touched you or not, or something. It gets real bad. We get real small. There ends up being a bottle and a stand inside a bottle. We trap the stand inside the bottle and trap the baby inside the stand inside the bottle. And manage it pretty well, and essentially being saved by the fact that Jolene has a star on her back, and the baby goes, oh yeah, and decides not to kill us, which is great. And kind of about right. The baby is a murder monster, and then it realizes, oh, you're the parent who's important to my lineage, and then decides not to murder you. Okay. That seems pretty thin, as the only thing keeping us from getting totally murked by this horrifying baby creature and its tininess is that it seems to feel some kind of familial bond with Jolene. Or something. What the fuck is the baby? What is that shit? It's a plant baby with a Joestar star that's got Joestar blood in it, clearly, and is clearly, like, related to Dio's bone? So it's like, the combo of Dio's bone and blood from a bunch of prison inmates leads to JoJo baby with a stand power, unconscious, insane, in Jolene's hands. Pah! Ha-pah! What ramifications narratively that might have on, well, yeah, if we really pull out and blur our eyes real good, we can read some symbolism in here with, the stuff that I read into it before with Jolene sort of taking up the mantle of responsibility for this child thing, egg thing. The scene where she holds it over her stomach, and that's actually not the where she holds it in the manga, which is crazy, but still, along those same lines, it's like Jolene is taking the responsibility for this child in some real way, despite it being horrifying and monstrous, and she does so as part of her mission to save her father while relating to a variety of male characters. I was just thinking about this, how we keep pairing Jolene up with these interesting and unique male characters who she fights with. And when I say fights with, I mean fights alongside, not against. So first was Weza, the strong silent type, if you will. Very quiet and subtle and quite powerful in his own way. And now is Narcissa, who kind of on a polar opposite side of the spectrum is quite a narcissist, is obsessed with Jolene, but really only insofar as she looks at him, right? He wants her to want him more than he actually wants her, as far as I see it. So I wonder if we really pull out and blur our eyes and like a lot. Can we read this as trying to write out, or Araki attempting to sketch out some of the nature of femaleness and the struggles therein? I don't know. It's just a guess. It's like I could see it fitting into some of those perspectives in an interesting way. This is the sort of stuff where, I still come up with interesting and like, to me, striking revelations about previous parts of JoJo's, like fitting together Dio as like the arrogant prince inside the brain, and looking at Jonathan and Dio as like sides of mind within a person, and sort of viewing it as a psychological narrative of the part of you that wants to reject your weakness, right, and become something other than you, and the part of you that embraces your weakness, your humanity, your normalcy, your physical abilities, and weaknesses, love and life and all of those things, and instead of spiting them, embraces them and decides to live and die, because Jonathan lives and dies and does so knowingly and sacrifices himself knowingly. That's like that. There's an archetypal base narrative that's there, and it's taken me a couple of years, like years to figure out any of that. So the idea that I'm actually going to figure out what Jolene's story means in all of its depth and complexity now, unlikely. And all of this in the face of, like, you get all these little mini stories that Araki does, and I put it to my friend, because my friend is reading part 4. He's reading through part 4 right now, and he's reading it in black and white, and he's just getting to Bites of Dust, and so I was like, wow, my God, Bites of Dust it's such a shift for Araki. It's such a beautiful playing with the expectations of the manga readers, and it's such an interesting change of perspective, because we sort of meld into Hayato's perspective so deeply, and just a fascinating section. Absolutely beautiful to me. So I've been thinking back about part 4, and I've been thinking about all of these things, and one of the things that I thought about is that, gosh, Araki just loves to build out an impossible challenge for himself narratively, not just for his characters, because that's part of the fun of it, obviously, but it seems to me that Araki likes to set out an impossible challenge for himself narratively. Kind of a, can Araki do it? Can he figure out a way to make his characters solve this problem in a way that seems meaningful or relevant to his readers, and they don't just go, nah. Because there are a couple of times throughout JoJo's where readers kind of go, nah, Starfinger comes to mind. It's like, okay, come on, you backed yourself into a corner, Araki, and now you gotta invent a new power in order to get yourself out of it. But that's sort of part of his game. It's part of the game of manga writing that Araki goes through, is set up an impossible set of problems and challenges narratively. Like, there's no way that the story elements can be arranged to solve this problem. Oh my God, he did it again! And he does it again and again and again and again. And that's sort of the flow of each of the individual instances. Chock full of interesting character and, like, weird psychologies of the weird individuals who are the generators of the weird stands that produce the problem and the situation, all that stuff. But in flow, it's like challenge, overcome, challenge, overcome, challenge, overcome, challenge, overcome, all building toward biggest challenge, which is all moving in the background and has some more narrative stakes to it. And then there comes the question of like, well, each of those individual things is interesting on its own, but overall, what's the story that he's trying to tell through the flow of all of these things? What's the thing that remains between the state changes that are occurring throughout the manga? You know, because the manga changes state. It's like it's in a goofy, silly sort of way, and it's in a murderous, horrifying sort of way, and you're dealing with the bullying of guests, and you're dealing with the like insanity of these characters over here, and you're dealing with the taking money from other people over here, and you're dealing with all these different elements of interpersonal relationships here, and what do they all say all together? And you sort of have to finish the whole thing and then take a couple years to think about it before that really sort of comes together in your mind. At least I do. You know, I envy anyone who can look at this and read it and just come away with the right idea, but I don't think it's possible. It sort of needs to simmer. It's like you no matter what tools you use, you can't make really like make a soup with real depth of flavor in an hour. You can't do it. It needs time. It needs literal time for the things to cook down and for the flavors to blend together and for all the weird interactions that happen in a soup pot to occur. It needs time. And I think that stories sometimes are like soup. God, I say the stupidest things sometimes, and I only catch them once they've already come out of the mouth. Stories are like soup. They take time to understand and become flavorful. But I say it jokingly now, and I said it stupidly then, but I'm gonna stand by it. Sometimes stories are like soup, and they need a good bit of time to simmer down, and to brew. Or there you go. Stories are like tea. You get the hot water, which is like the mind that. Never mind. That's a bad one. You get hot water, which is the mind, and that sifts through the story. And sure, yep. And then it needs time for all the compounds that are in the tea to soak out into the brain, and it takes time. It takes time. You got to get good surface area, which is reading it through effectively and looking at it and exposing yourself to it, and then it needs time. It needs time to sit. And too much time and it becomes bitter. Too little time and it becomes weak. Just enough time and you come to some revelation of, oh, that's what the tea should taste like. And that's what the story should mean, and blah, 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 blah. So anyway, I wonder what we're doing with Jolyne and her varied relations with the male characters, because I find it quite interesting. She's made this group of female friends, and now she's made these individual, very odd, very psychologically intriguingly weird male characters. She starts off with her shitty boyfriend who framed her for murder. So that's a start. Then you've got the father figure, the broken relationship there, which leads to the attachment styles and all this stuff, and eventually her choosing to take up the mantle of responsibility as child to go and rescue that father because she's in the position to do so. And as we've talked kind of at length, there's like this assumption or presupposition that maybe there could be something worthwhile here if only I oriented myself in the proper direction and was able to generate the possibility of having a relationship with the father. That would be really cool. Then maybe we could have a relationship. Even if we can't, maybe we could, and that's enough. And then there are these individual interactions between her and Weather Report, her and Narciso, and of course her and Poochie to some weird extent. We'll see how that goes. And these all are determining to a great extent what Jolyne's story will be. So, yeah, we're scattering of, there's my shotgun pachow of JoJo thoughts for the day. I don't freaking know, man. JoJo's is cool, and Araki's an insane artist, and beyond an insane artist, an insane master of paneling, and beyond an insane master of paneling, an incredible writer as well, and beyond just an incredible writer, a constant wellspring of fascinating ideas that seem to burble out from him at a pace that I've never experienced from an artist before. You know, we're still in the period where he's writing weekly. And it's mind-boggling that these chapters are being put out weekly. It's insane to me. Absolutely insane to me. And I mean, I look forward to the eventual shift when that starts to change. But for now, my mind is moggled by the fact that it happens this way, and that he's kept it up and kept doing it. I'm stunned that Morio is weekly. It's a tour de force of incredible proportions, um, extremely impressive, and it's like I drew this sketch of Foo Fighters, and I did it from memory. I didn't look at the piece. I didn't look at the frame in the manga, and I didn't look at the frame in the anime. I just did it from memory. Like, okay, what did that feel like? What was the position sort of like? And I framed it out, and it's wrong. And it's all wrong. And it's not just wrong like this is not the way that it was represented in the thing. It's like I go and I look at Araki's actual drawing of the thing, and I looked at it after I'd pinned it up to the board, and it's so crisp and so neat and so confident in its lines, and it's so clear that he knows exactly what he's going to draw before he draws it to some real degree, and that he frames out all the panels and makes it all work. It makes you want to put down your pencil and give up, or it makes you want to pick it up and draw more. It's one or the other. It's either it slaps you with the reality of talent married to hard work, and you look at somebody who's better than you and you become ashamed of your own insufficiency. That's one route. Or you look at somebody who's better than you and you go, God damn, what a good reason to try, because look at what this guy's been able to do. That's amazing. And that's where I'm at right now, is I keep looking at interesting artists, a lot of it being Iraqi, and the artists in this text, which I'm still going through, and I mean, that he has clearly gone through to some extent. Not this book, of course, but Araki's artistic history has its basis in traditional painting and traditional sculpture. Clearly, I mean, he references it constantly. His style is built off of Michelangelo's in many ways, in many ways, or Raphael, or any number of the others. It's built off of it in many ways, and his understanding of light and his understanding of shape and anatomy is deep and real. But I look through that, and I'm awestruck by some of the art, and some of it does what anime does, and reaches out of the freaking screen, or reaches out of the page and rips my heart out of me, and like it does something transcendent that's just, it makes tea. It's insane. It makes me feel very small, and reveals to me the potential of how big I could be, and that is awe. It's being struck by awe, and Araki does it to me over and over and over and over and over and over and over, with a consistency that is unmatched as far as I can tell. I mean, Miura, because I get that if I read through Berserk. If I read through some sections of Berserk, I'll see some of the scenes of the eclipse, or I'll see some of the scenes of the monsters, or scenes of the demons, or great scenes of battle, and it does that to me too, but these great and fascinating artists do something to my brain, and they make me, how do I put it? They instill in me the need to change, the craving for betterment, something like that. Something like, if media is a mirror, then when I look into the mirror that is presented to me by Hirohiko Araki, that mirror simultaneously makes me feel ashamed and capable of change. It shows me what could be. And then I'm compelled. And then I must. Must what? I'm not sure. But must draw is one thing. Have to keep drawing. I've got a piece of paper up on my wall over there that I'm not going to show you or anything, but I've got a list of some particular goals on it, things that I've set out for myself. One of them regards lifting weights. One of them regards cardiovascular fitness. One of them regards financial stability. And now one of them regards drawing. And it says, really draw. Like, really draw. And that's a goal. It's like, how different would my world be if I could take pen and paper or pencil and paper and really express what I want to express onto the paper effectively? Might be a better world for me. Might be a better way of being. And so I'm striving for it. I'm going to continue doing so. And these drawings every day are a part of it, but I'm drawing more than that now, and we'll see how that wellspring of motivation continues. But I'd really like to be able to draw, to really draw, to wield some of the lessons and the teachings that I've incorporated. Because I've taken enough art classes that I've got a basis, and I've got a foundation, but it's a practice, it's a continuity, and so reading Araki's work inspires me continuously to strive for that, and it fulfills me. I lose myself in it, and I feel nothing. That's what it is. It's not that I feel, good and great when I'm drawing. It's that all of the pain of existence, all of the worry of the future and the present and the world and reality, all of that is gone, because I'm not there anymore. It's just the hand and the pencil and the paper and the art and the process and the flow. And I'm not there anymore. I feel nothing. It's beautiful. It's like nothing else. So I have to draw. So I'm grateful to Araki for drawing as much as he does, because it shows me what I have to do. And it's become just so incredibly clear to me that, like, what I do to some extent is criticism, whether it's critical or positive. It's criticism. It's looking at, it's art criticism fundamentally, is looking at art and critiquing it and talking about how I think it should be. And it shames me that I am not an artist of the caliber of the artists that I critique yet. And so I will become one, so that I may, in good faith, criticize. Because it feels, I think there's nothing more common than critics that don't know what the fuck they're talking about, self included. And I think that there's an extension of that, which is that when I'm a little bit more confident in my ability to draw, I'm going to have to animate. I'm going to have to learn some of the tools and figure out how to make things move. Because otherwise I'm just going to be talking out my ass. And I already do talk out my ass. Plenty. And some of that comes from study and research, but there's a huge difference between study and research and doing. And it's the ones who do who are the most capable of speaking to the incredible works of those others who do, and to the failures of those who fail. And I'd like to put myself in that position of being a capable artist on multiple fronts. And the same may be true. I may have to write. I may have to write. I may have to write stories. I've experimented with storytelling on the Dungeons and Dragons front, but that's a little bit different. And so I may have to buckle down and try to write a story, or 100 stories, or 1,000 stories, and see what happens. Because I might be good at it, or I might suck at it, by my own estimation, right? I don't know if these will ever be shown to anybody. I'm forcing myself to show people my art, and I'm ashamed of it constantly. Because it's not good enough constantly. And good. And I'm glad to do it, and it's been working, and it's painful, and it's good. But I need to learn to draw, really. And that's practice, and practice, and practice. And I've got I've got the books on the subject. I've got the ways of doing it, and I know what I need to do, and I know that I need to do more life drawing, and I know that there's so much work ahead of me, and it makes me glad because I like the work. I enjoy it. But I don't know. I'm really grateful to artists like Araki who are capable of putting themselves out there and demonstrating genius and talent and effort. Extraordinary. Extraordinary. And to be, as he is, a master on so many fronts, because a master painter or a master draftsman is one thing, but you get a master draftsman who's also a master at framing and composition, who's also a master at visual storytelling and narrative flow, and then also a master of writing and narrative flow. That's a killer combo, man. It's an absolutely killer combination, and there are a handful of humans that have ever achieved anything like it. It's exceptional. So there's my random there's my random blathering for the day. Thanks for listening. Let's turn our attention to episode 22 of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Stone Ocean, wherein Jolene has a green baby and Foo Fighters is mist. And mist. Mist deeply and mist in the air. Let's give it a watch, see what happens next, and then we'll read the requisite chapters, and that'll be our day. Okay, I've got 22 of Stone Ocean, any D4C version with the good subs, up and ready to go. It's at 0 seconds. There will be 2 versions, picture-in-picture in the description. I think I'm doing pips for JoJo's still. I don't see any reason not to at the present. Picture-in-picture in the description. Timer up on YouTube. Beep beep timer to count you down. Let's get into it. All right, I did it again. I left it on English because I'm a dingus. I heard, "Hey, Poochie," which I feel like it might have been Dio, but I don't know because I only know Dio's Japanese voice because it's his only voice as far as I'm concerned. Beep beep timer. Let's do this again. I'm gonna get my shit rocked by the Netflix symbol once more. Let's go. Aww. They really want you to know that it's Netflix. Ugh. Yeah, that's it. No, just hanging out in a bed, reading through books of great art. All I can think of is the Mona Lisa and the hands thing. I got a boner. Bruh, why do I always do this? Hey, whenever I talk about it at the beginning, it gets a big interest. What the fuck? You know my weaknesses. Whoa. Oh shit. God damn, Dio. Yadel. Dio. Kami. Man, y'all fucking. Yeah, noble priest of God indeed. The bone. The bone? The bone. What the truck? Time for heaven! New moon, new priest! Ah! FF! Drip, drip. It's raining. What the fuck? Oh! He didn't sound as quiet as usual. Hey, hey, FF! Hey, hey! Really? That fast? I'm down. Alright, I'm so glad. What are you doing with them pebbles? Oh. You keep moving, Weather. Alright, you keep moving, FF. Alright, White Snake. Oh, a distraction. Tick, 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 tick. Oh, ah! Did you get that information out? He knows. 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 To know. Yeah. All we need is two minds who know. Yeah. Yeah. You better start counting, bitch. Everything just got fucked for you. Hmm. Yeah, man, it feels like we're in semi-endgame, even though I know that there are like 14 episodes left. True, true. Yeah, like FF is doing right now. Hi, Weather. Holy shit, bro. Good to see you, man. But I'm not gonna marry your bitch ass. You weirdo. Ugh. Eh. Why is it eating my fucking hair? Bad child. Stay. Oh, it's just hungry in general. It's a baby. Wezza? It's Wezza. Come on. Come on, unite the squad, tell her the thing. Come on. Let's fucking go. What's up, dude? Say it! Say it out loud. Ho! We did it! Oh my god. Wow, full plankton now, huh? Oh, thanks, dude. Holy crap. Poochie shippu. Shinpu. Yeah, only need water. Ooh. Romance. No! No! Yeah. Yeah. Uh. Get them away. You promised me. You promised me. Bruh. Chillax, yeah. Yeah. This is big stuff. Come on. Are you about to become a jealous bitch? A little bit of a narcissistic, jealous bitch. That's her baby right now. Kinda. Maybe. Well. My guy. My guy. You're pretty darknessy right now. Huh. Huh. Huh? No! What the how? How'd you bring Whitesnake? Fuck. Tiny rock. So he knows about it. You gonna what? 36 convict souls. Okay, 3 by 13. Hoorah! Finish the job, huh? Alright, how do we get out of this? What the fuck? Oh my god. And she's got string and stuff. It's a little bit of a triumphant music. Chains. Wow! Oh, yeah, I mean, that's just mid-roll, right? Holy snaps. Da, 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 da. Oh. Mm-hmm. You're the one who's... Oh, shit, you got a disc coming out of your fucking head! Put it back! Both. Both. Oh, chopped up grass. Where is baby? What the fuck? Grass looks weird. That's okay. Yeah, so he's saying that's the reference to JoJo's. Weird. Bro. No, the disc. No. Ah. How? She's connected to you, dude, with herself. The handcuffs are made of... They're made of her string, though. Just strong will? Okay, alright, yeah, I'll believe it. The way her coat's moving looks like Jotaro. He's gonna count his damn primes. Oh. Oh. Fetch. You just put the Jotaro disc inside of Narciso? Motherfucker. And now you gotta go get it. So you gotta let me go. Oh my god, is this why we're gonna split them? So that he can get away? Oh. Yeah, you risked everything. Oh, he has. Okay. He's already seen what he needs to see. You don't have time for this. Yeah. Fuck. What? Is he not shrinking? Oh. Hey, buddy. Are you willing to approach me? Oh, what the fuck? Oh, whoa, what? FF? Man, he's gonna be so happy that she's shedding tears over him. Ho, ho, ho! Oh, fuck off, Narciso. Don't let your last act be spreading the blame. Oh, his blood to her. Will it be in time? Is it possible? Only you can do it, Plankton. Let's go, Plankton! Come on, blood, blood, faster! Bleed more! Wait. Alone. Oh. Just channeling his life force into him, huh? FFU is going bye-bye now. For real, for real, for real. Okay. Truly, there goes my hero. That'll just be the stand. No, it won't. Sorry, FF. Can I trade the Anasui for you? He's kind of a dork. No, fuck. Damn, what a twist. Fuck. Woo! Well, that's how you know that it's a JoJo's death. That's a real death. So we got the disc. But he has the baby. And so we start another arc. Really, right? Like, the information game has changed completely. Jolene knows who the monster, who the enemy is. But he's got everything that he needs. He has no need for her anymore. Oh boy. Wow, 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 wow. God damn. Ah, ah. What a tough one. It's fucked. That's fucked. Puts you in a situation where you have to decide between stopping the end of the world and saving, accomplishing the task that you've dedicated yourself to accomplish. Dedicated to saving your father's disc, and you don't know the stakes around the baby. Jolene doesn't know the stakes around this. She just knows that there's an attachment there. She knows that there's something there, but she doesn't know what the stakes are. Not really. And so she drops the handcuffs and goes after the disc. And it's sort of for naught because the blood trail to FF thing is gonna happen anyway, and so we can imagine a world where she doesn't drop the handcuffs and she just fights Poochie and prevents him from getting to the baby and doing the bone thing, getting swallowed by the baby. Like his whole arm went blah, and he went blah and blah. Ah. So it's just like loss, 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 loss. Fucking rough. And such a huge paradigm shift for the whole of the flow of the show. I mean, it's the loss of FF for sure, but it's like the change that happens when they corner Yoshikage Kira and he goes and he becomes someone else and suddenly everything is different. He's Kosaku Kawajiri and like the whole game is different now. The whole landscape is completely different. And gosh, it is different now. It is really different now. The whole introductory sequence with and there's no OP in this episode, is there? No, there's fully no OP in this episode. So this is a core ender for sure. Able to express their souls in a form that can be seen by eyes. And that is somewhat like what stands are. I want to see what the actual line that he gives here is, and then we'll transition. Instead of going through it in the anime, we'll go through it in the manga, and we'll talk about things as they appear as we talk through them in the manga. It's as if they create stands that exist beyond time and place, externalizations of the internal soul that are represented physically and exist outside of time and space. I fully agree. I fully agree, and to some extent, this is sort of it's like the point of it. And I wonder how close it is to any portion of Araki's own philosophical musings around the nature of what art is, because it's something like this, something like the creation of a portion of self externalized to something physical or real that can be incorporated by the brains of other people. They can see it, or they can hear it, or they can feel it, or see it in space, or whatever it is. They can incorporate it, and then that's as close as we can get to minds touching minds, to seeing from the same perspective as someone else, is to see something that they've drawn, or that they've created or written, or some of the work that they've produced. And something about that is relevant to Dio's ideation of heaven. It has something to do with that out of time and space sort of thing. I mean, heaven has always been so. It's a place beyond. We think of it as up because up is where we don't know. It's above us, but parallel or separate or different or beyond. is really what we're talking about or dealing with here. And so I wonder if we start to get fucky here. Okay, so I said it's kind of like bites the dust changes everything, and this changes everything. And I wonder if it'll change everything in a narrative flow sense, right? Like if physical reality stops being what we think it is, and if time and space stop being what we think they are, and if Dio's heaven is not like the world enters heaven, but it's like a separate run, a separate ideation, a separate set of being, ideal and form, separated and mashed, or separated and turned into something different. Does that make them stand users? Yes, but I'm also talking about you, because Whitesnake's ability is to take the soul of another and extrapolate it out into a physical object. So why don't you betray me? In fact, do it. Please do it. You know my weaknesses, do it. This is very erotic. This is very erotic. You yourself could be king, so do it. Why don't you? And Poochie says, I won't. You help me grow, and you are the king among kings. I want to follow you and see what kind of end you will reach. I love you as I love God. So he pulls from him a portion of the disc and then pulls away. He puts it in his hand. Then he could rip it right out. And he doesn't. And so Dio can trust him, I think. A man who could calm my soul just by talking. Take this bone, and I will always be able to lend you my powers. Time for heaven. New moon, new priest. Okay, we're gonna switch to the manga at this point because I don't feel like going through the episode as such. I want to see how it plays out in the manga. So we start off straight away on volume 11. Head out, paradise time. Shit. Fuck. God. We got Poochie Shimpu. Big door. Big boy. Got a disc. Got some incredible fucking clothing. We've got Jolene extracting herself from some handcuffs behind the bars of this grate. How do you stop tiring yourself out when drawing? When you're drawing the small parts, don't go too much into the details. Yes, I keep repeating that to myself before letting the pencil run on the page again, but it's just like that. I cannot help it. I know the damage that this kind of person suffers is huge, and my sigh is like the deep breath a sportsman takes before a long run on the field. But I suppose I'm the only one who takes this so seriously. Well, that's interesting, isn't it? Because it speaks to something, kind of something that I said earlier. He's got this idea that, well, maybe I shouldn't put so much effort into all the little details of all the art, otherwise I'll be hurting myself. And yet, when he puts the pencil onto the paper, he finds himself compelled to do so anyway, and to draw in such great detail, right? I cannot help it. It's just like that. That's interesting. It's interesting. Like a stand that compels you or something like it. So head out paradise time is actually head out time for heaven. There you go. The disc and the scraps of Foo Fighters. Damn, Whitesnake looks scary. What I fear most is losing whatever was born to Jolene. Wakarimasu. Answer me. What happened? This radio. Is that you? Did you call me, Foo Fighters? Huh? What's going on in the punishment? Answer me. Nani? 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 A radio? Why is there a radio here? And it's turned on. Someone with access to the radios in this prison? But who? Did she bring it here? Was she hiding it inside her body? Since when? Answer me, Foo Fighters. What's going on? Ah, that radio. Foo Fighters must have taken it somehow and hidden it inside of her body so that she could contact the others. It must be one of the guards' radios. Who is this? Ooh. Cool little raindrops. This is Weather Report. This is a really cool spread. The whole angle shift, it's like a flow as we go through. We're deep underneath, and then we're at the hands, and we're at the face, and then we're at the whole of the thing, and then we're up above as the rain all comes down from above. That's fucking crazy cool. This is... she's getting away! Let's go, FF. Run in, and run in. Bitch! Ooh, she made Weather Report make it rain. I have to find whatever was born from the punishment ward. I can't lose it now. Scrape, clack, 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 clack. I can't let you get away. God damn it! I can't see a thing. Where did she go? Shit! She should be close by. Much better here. It's kind of a goofy scene in the anime where he's just sort of standing there and it's mostly clear around. He's like, I can't see. Hear it, because of the way that you can panel it, you can frame it so that it really feels like Whitesnake is stuck in the clouds and really can't see around him. And now it's getting foggy. It can't be. This sound that FF is making while she runs away. This rhythm. She's sending a message to Weather Report, who's headed over as we speak. It's Morse code. Thicker. Fog. She's telling him to make it thicker. Whitesnake's identity is... Father, Poochie, they know! She's telling him who I am! So Weather still knows. Real Weather still knows. So that's something. And... wow, and Poochie gambles by actually telling them the truth. Because it's Whitesnake going as FF. It's Whitesnake going as Weather with FF. That's what it is. And then somehow Fog goes with them. I don't know how. But he then tells them... okay, that's kind of goofy and weird. She's telling Weather Report. Fing! Oh shit. Just a disc straight up into a burb. Okay. The bird saw her. There you are. Die, Foo Fighters. Bra-osha. Oh. It's me. Not Foo Fighters. My rejection projected onto the mist. Whoa, what? See, this is not there. No. So, you're all right after all. Where's Jolene? So that's Weather appearing. So we get to actually see it here. And this is where the trick happens. Weather Report! And this is where we have that frame of him looking down. We get it sort of covered in the mist around, too. So then how... the radio and how the disguise... And he counts his damn primes. Count the primes. Nothing can divide the prime numbers. The reason that people fail is due to the feeling of shame. People die because of shame. They think that they could have done things differently in the past, or they wonder why they did the things that they did. Because of their regrets, people feel shame. They slowly become weak, and they fail. It wasn't a mistake on my part for not noticing that she stole the guard's radio. This is a test. I have to turn things over in my favor to earn my victory. Jolene Cujo has yet to discover my identity. Nothing has changed yet. I haven't lost everything yet. The victor is ultimately the one in possession of whatever was born. So, it's phrased differently in the anime. It's like those who overcome the obstacles that are in front of them are the true victors. But here he says, he's focused on himself. I have to turn things over in my favor to earn my victory. He believes so firmly that like dedication, faith, and continuing on his path will actually get him to where he needs to go. Fascinating. Starting to get foggy around the punishment ward. So that's the weather. So, anyway, I wanted to ask you what you have planned next. And she's got the baby. First, I'd like to thank you for what you've done. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. You've protected me until now, but why are you doing this for me? Finding Whitesnake and retrieving my father's disc is only of my concern. Ah, Jolene. You know how I feel about you, and you're still saying things like that? You're constantly giving me hope. I can see hope for myself through you, and I've never felt this way. Not in prison, not in the outside world. That's why I'm here. Well, I've been married once before in prison. Do you want me to tell you a story about that? Hey, what the hell? Hey, what the hell is this thing doing? I don't know. Don't tell me you don't know. It's eating my hair. Yeah, I don't know why, but it seems to like to chew on things. Kind of funny, really. Sorry, I wasn't paying any attention. You should have told me. I see. It's even chewing on dirt. Does that mean that it's really a planet? Is it getting nutrients? That's a silly translation mistake. Does that mean it's really a body from above? That actually could. Because it's in the heavens. No. Does it mean it's really a plant? But that thing falls asleep all the time, too. Shh. Jolene, get down. Someone's coming. Two of them. There are two of them coming, and they've already gotten this close. Are you all right? Jolene, I've found out who Whitesnake is. Doo-doo, doo-doo. It's Father Pucci. Jolene, he attacked me. It was Father Pucci. Too close. If weather report hadn't come, I would have been done for. Fucking perfect, huh? What a pose, too. Right arm over, left arm down. What a pose. FF! I'm alright, I just had to dispose of my body. That right eye here, I'll fix it for you. Yeah, Whitesnake was trying to find the whereabouts of that baby through D&G's memory, and it turned out that the stand user was Father Pucci. All we have to do now is find him. We'll win for sure. We have weather report, too. Weather report. Jolene. Have your wounds fully healed from that time? Yeah. And you? Hug. What a face from Honestly. Hey! The fuck is that? What are those two doing? They're hugging. I know that. Force them apart, FF. Get those two away from each other. What the fuck? Me? Hurry up and separate those two. Go, do it. It's what we agreed upon, remember? He's rubbing his dirty scent all over Jolene. Calm down. They're just greeting each other. See, look, they stopped. Stop freaking out. We know now that we need to find Father Pucci. We don't have time for this. Are you trying to give me orders? Who do you think you are, forgetting our promise? Shit! You're just plankton, damn it! Really fucking... It's the turn of Honestly, right? It's pretty dark here. Pretty shitty. Pretty narcissistic. Past the love bombing phase, huh? Jolene, if what FF said is true, then we don't need this thing anymore, right? We only needed this to lure Whitesnake's user. You get some distaste from everybody. I'm talking about this green baby. We have no more use for it. I'm going to kill it. Let me do it, Jolene. We have no idea what this thing is capable of. My instincts tell me to dispose of it right now. Wait, but honestly, this thing isn't our ally, Jolene. It's not even human. It was never supposed to exist. It was a mistake that this thing was born. It's even less than an animal. We should dispose of something so bizarre. Give me permission to kill it. Wait, honestly, are you talking about me too? Watch your mouth. I'm not asking for your opinion. Shut up. Hey, don't touch me. Now's not the time, Plankton. Weather, you understand the situation, right? Tell me that you agree with me too. No, I can't do that. Because you're the one that's going to die. What? Nunny. Oh, what great little broken frame. So I love the So how do I put this? In most frames you frame the panels, the small panels, so that they fit in with the panels on the right to some degree, right? And produce the flow that you want. But then here they're all off. There's too much white space. There's delay between as this sinks in. It's like it's Araki's masterful framing, and then the whole hand is offset, so it produces more momentum. Incredible. It's incredible the way that Araki leverages paneling to tell his story. Fucking amazing. And then into a spread for the full reveal. The hand goes through. Wow, 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 wow. That's nuts. You're just drawing the texture of White Snake up over it. God damn. Smash into FF as well. God, it's such an upgrade. Such an upgrade from all the donuts that we've had before. You know, you turn Kakyoin into a donut the once, you turn some other characters into donuts otherwise. This guy does two at once. He smashes one character in half with a fucking chop, and he donuts another character with his other hand. Just ba-bam, ba-bam, multitasking. The villains are getting better at this shit. It's awful. God damn. And another. That's like three. Yeah, that's three full frame double spreads in a row. 1, 2, 3. Bam, bam, bam. Ah. Attack, bam. Chops her arm right off. What? Who did you bring here? FF, you. You let him follow you? You. You've really done it. No, it can't. It's not weather report. This guy, he's. We were all seeing an illusion. I'll have to thank you for bringing me here, Foo Fighters. I was able to come here before weather report arrived. And he drops 3 fucking Joestar squad members in an instant. The baby rests there. Jolene's down. 101, 103, 107. No one can split a prime number. It's taken so long, 22 years, to find the source that can elevate humans to their highest potential. This is a cool moment here. Usually he doesn't do this, where he's drawing cross panel, and it's exact. Usually there's a difference between panels, or a difference in the angle, or a shift, or something. Cross panel, it's an exact. It's like the path is clear. Straight through. This is it! It must be the way to go to heaven. I've finally found it! And there's Pucci himself. It's still immature and incomplete, but as long as I follow the instructions according to Jotaro Kujo's memories. Dio, I'll revive you and use your powers for my benefit. Oh yes, before I do that though, I'll have to send you, totally and completely, to the other side of death. Over to the other side to death. Stand, daughter of Jotaro Kujo, Uwu. I've already noticed that you were able to block my attack to your vitals. Oh, there you go. At odds, at odds, at odds. It's not just the panels that are trapezoidally against each other, right? It's all like the top cornerstones of an arch. It's all right? It's oh no, hey, wow. Yeah. That's a really cool page. That's a really cool page. You know, we sort of see his head in fullness while Jolene is crushed by the frame that she's in. She's down below him. We get her glare upward and his condescension down. It's like it's an echo of Dio Jonathan. It's an echo of all these pieces that we've seen before. If you're not going to come, then I'll just have to go to you. And there's our reference point on I see you're approaching me. That's really cool looking. The way that particular set of strand work looks is really cool looking. It's way more organic than we often see. Huh? I never imagined that I would meet you like this. White Snake! I never thought I would find you like this, to see you again like this. There are 3 things I need to take from you. My father's memory, that disc you just took from FF, and your life! Alright, the way that the strings become the hand and also the chains is baller as hell. That's baller as hell right there, I dare say. Dodge, dodge. And the fucking foot goes up and down. Boom, bam. He dodges out of the way. What a cool spread. I don't know what the fuck is going on here, but it's rad as hell. Jolene with the axe kick. Man, the way the heads in between, they're dodging all of each other's blows, and they've got this sort of like the chain fighting thing. It's like gosh, where is it where they do boxing where they tie each other's hands together? Firefox is installing your updates. Okay, give me a sec then. Oh, it's arm boxing. Yeah. Popular to some extent in Russia over the last couple of years. Tie two brawny motherfuckers together by the hand, and you have them beat the shit out of each other with the other hand because they can't get away. Brutal. That's what this reminds me of. That bottom frame where each fist is not connecting from both sides, where they're both missing, and there are like all of these different angles and heads for Whitesnake, and all of these different locations and punches and blows from Stone Free. That's fucking cool. Absolutely baller Araki. Got her. And then that's her hand. What do you intend to do with these handcuffs? Tries to break them. And they're torn. Oh, that the strands of it break apart and then slice through him. Nani? Ow. Is this your first time being cuffed? I've been cuffed every day since I came here, just as you fucking planned. A stand made out of string. It wasn't that I couldn't see her attacks. I already know her speed and power, but these strings, they have the potential to be both powerful and pliable. Do you really think you've caught me with this? What are handcuffs for? They're not used to stop people from running away. They're used to make people obey. Listen, Whitesnake is a long-distance stand, but right now the range between us is only a few meters. I can use 100% of my speed and power at this distance, but let's set that aside for now. You seem to be misunderstanding something. What are you doing now? You're touching me with the handcuffs that you made out of your strings. Now, what could this possibly mean? Think for a moment. Who's the one that's been caught now? Your Stone Free is turning into a disc. It's practically falling out. I can just grab it. It's so easy. All I have to do is pinch it between my fingers. I can just extend my arm, take your disc out of your head, and it'll all be over. What say you, Jolene Cujo? What about you? At least to defeat me, you'd have to wound me critically in a defining attack, while at the same time defending the disc in your head. Do you understand? Now, who's the one in the predicament? Me or you? And also, you only recently developed your ability in prison. Your movements are too rudimentary. Hey, wait, what's going on with this grass? Yeah, you totally lost me. And that's what... I understand. What is going on here? What is this? Like, actually, I don't understand what's going on. What is why are there troughs in the ground? And why is the grass all moving? The fuck? Alright, so we cut from there to Poochie and Dio hanging out shirtless in bed together. Just lounging around, being a couple of boys. Alright, yeah, fair enough. Did you know, Poochie, the Louvre in Paris gets an average of 40,000 visitors every day? I saw a Michael Jasonson concert on TV recently. with that many people, but that doesn't happen every day. The Louvre gets that many people for years and years every day. It first opened in 1793. Every day, 40,000 people are attracted to the Mona Lisa and Milo's Venus, and they don't leave until they see both of them. Don't you think that's amazing? Are you saying that what's amazing are the numbers? That's not it. What I'm saying is, it's amazing how skilled painters and sculptors are able to shape their souls into something visible for others. It's almost like a stand that transcends time. Don't you think so? Especially the Mona Lisa or the Venus de Milo. That's an interesting theory. Leonardo da Vinci is a stand user, then? Hey, I'm also talking about you as well. Your white snake has the ability to shape people's souls and preserve them. Are you going to betray me someday? Why won't you attack me? You already know that my weakness is sunlight, and you know that I sleep in the dark during the day. You'd easily be able to kill me in my sleep. If you take my stand, Zawardo, you can become the ruler of this world. Do it. Bam, bam. I've never even thought of doing that to you. I like people who help me, encourage my growth. You're the king of kings, Dai-o-sama. Where will you end up? I want to see it through to the end. I love you as I love God. With the disc in his hand, he stares at him, and he whips away. I apologize. I've insulted you. I've never thought that I would meet someone who could put me at ease just by talking. I was afraid of losing you. I'm sure you'll become an honorable child of God. Take it. It's a token of my apology. I just took it out of my body. Wherever you may go, I will give you power. The bone. The child. The handcuffs. Either way, it's just a matter of a few millimeters. A few millimeters will determine this battle. If I can get within the few millimeters that I need, I can deliver my decisive blow. And then he goes on about swallows and shit. Apparently there's a swallow that kills itself by diving into cliff walls. That swallow is able to skillfully capture its food compared to other swallows. But since they don't learn their limit from their parents when it comes to the angle of their dive, they often fly recklessly. But it's not that the parents haven't taught them their limits. They don't know either. These swallows often only live for a short amount of time, and they don't even realize why they're prone to accidents. Jotaro has a short life as well. So he's saying something about the Joestar family, like, you're carrying on the stupid, high-flying, sharp-diving legacy of your stupid father who got killed early, and you're gonna die early too because of the same bullshit. Something like that. Ching! Foom! And we're in it. Uriya! Oh, great. It's like hands drawing hands, the Escher drawing, where the hands are drawing the hands, hands drawing hands. It's like that, both fists and attacks. Poochie donutting Jolene, punching Poochie, punching Jolene. That's really rad. I like it a lot. Super dynamic. And he's got a cross out of his fingernail? The fuck is up with... What even... Why? That's gotta hurt, man. I stuck a cross under my nail, and because of that, I was able to get that much closer to you. With the disc that's popping out of your forehead, I blinded you. So he's able to thwack the disc a little bit with the cross, I guess. It's mine now. You're stone free. Ura! Ura! Bam, bam, straight onto the hand as he reaches out. Chain tight. Pow. Ugh. Even though I blinded her, how could she have known? From the vibrations through these handcuffs? No, it's her instinct. She instinctively knew where I was going to attack from. When she came to the prison, I thought that she didn't even have a stand ability. That was just why she was... That she was just another whiny brat crying over her boyfriend. Whitesnake isn't strong enough to face her. Not in this situation. If this continues, I'll... And also the child that was born will... Hey, what did you just throw? What did you just do? I'm asking what you just threw away. A disc is the embodiment. And he just goes straight back. It's in the greatest of terror, and he goes straight back to condescension. A disc is an embodiment of the soul. I can preserve it forever, as long as it's extracted from a human body. But if the disc were to enter the body of a dying person, the disc, along with that person, would perish, dying along with its host. Ooh. Dun 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 dun! It's the thing that you would have gladly killed yourself for! Your father's memory disc! I'll give it back to you. I put it inside Anasui's dying body. What are you going to do now? Are you going to go retrieve the disc, or are you going to continue this death match? It's false. Ah! And here the lines across are separations and time passing as well. Fascinating. I know it's risky to throw away Jotaro's disc, but I've already read Jotaro's memories about how to attain heaven. I still remember the details. I don't need the disc anymore. All I have to do now is to act upon those memories. But first, I have to get to whatever was born. What are you going to do now, Jolene Cujo? This shouldn't even be a tough decision for you. Your father is dying along with Anasui, you know. Damn. This cut-in of Jolene here, this one, is so deeply emotional. And the chains that bind us. And again, these cuts through the frame. Tick, tick, tick. As long as I can get my hands on whatever was born, I'll be all right. Ching! She lets it go. One little string on top. I win! I knew she'd choose her father over me. Spiral staircase, rhinoceros beetle, a ghost town, a pear tart. What is this? This like, it's clear to me that these words that he says allow him to get close enough to the thing without becoming smallified. What the fuck chant is this bullshit? I don't know. Pfft, the secret emperor, and it awakens, and it looks up. Ah! Rips through his own hand, pulls the bone out. Are you interested in me now? Are you curious? Are you going to come to me? Is this going to mark the beginning of everything that is to come? His whole arm just explodes. Now I can finally enter your world, Dio! And he fucking gets yanked behind the grass and is gone. Poochie, is this what you wanted? Where'd you go, man? What the fuck? He reaches for the disc, and it's stuck. No way, this can't be. Someone! Is there anyone? Someone! Guards! We need a doctor! Diva. Down. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, FF? Jolene looks sad. You've really done it now. You know, FF, it's your fault that this happened. Shit, I'm suddenly cold. Really cold. Are you listening to me, FF? Looks like her father's disc is inside me, and it's gonna die along with me. I tried to get it out, but I'm losing consciousness. Alright, listen. It looks like you're disintegrating too, but take it. Take my body. You do it. Use my intellect. You can use my last few moments of being alive. Take it. Go inside my body and take out the disc for Jolene. Only you can do it, Plankton. Answer me, FF. We formed a contract. You said that you'd obey my orders. You're gonna have to to keep that promise. To live. I don't care what you do with my body. Just do it. I'm barely alive. So we get this turn from Narciso in his last moments. You know, we had this sort of really, really dark moment from Narciso where he's insulting FF and pissed at Weather, and he's trying to kill the baby and all these things. And now in his last moments, he does a full willing self-sacrifice. Like, take my body, take everything that I have. FF, you're the one who can carry on. And it's like because of that willingness to sacrifice self, she saves him. Something like that. Shh. No way. It can't be. Honestly? No, Jolene. Don't worry. It's not him. I'm glad. Honestly, he got the disc back. It's not Honestly. Is that you, FF? Is that you talking? What I was scared of most was not being able to even say goodbye to my friends, to forget how to say goodbye. But at the very end, I still remembered that I have to say it. Jolene, when Honestly wakes up, tell him that his body is his, that I used his intelligence and his strength to cure his wounds. Wait, FF, what are you talking about? Goodbye, Jolene. I can't stay here any longer. Foo Fighters is going to disappear. What are you saying? Don't be stupid. Look at me, Jolene. This is my spirit. This is my intellect. I was alive. I'll get your disc back from the priest. The Foo Fighters disc. Then you can come back. But that will probably be another Foo Fighters. It probably won't be me because this is me. This is me saying goodbye. Even if you rejuvenate the body of what is, this is my intellect dying, and so I am not anymore. I'm glad I was able to say my goodbyes to you, Jolene. It's all right, Jolene. It's all right. I'm glad you got your disc back. FF? 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 Answer me, FF! I've lost you, FF! Where are you, FF? Oh, that's weather. Answer me, FF. I've lost you, FF. Where are you, FF? It's not even Jolene crying out. And that's it. To be continued indeed. And so now we really lose Foo Fighters. In a second noble sacrifice. Having made a great mistake. Having brought and couldn't have known, right? I mean, it's not even necessarily sensible to me how, the White Snake goopiness happened. Whatever. But brought White Snake right to them. And Whitesnake threw an interesting gambit with the disc. Manages to get Jolene to reveal the most important thing, to allow the most important thing. And you know that if Jotaro were like in this scene and conscious, he'd say something like, "No, Jolene, let me die. Don't let Dio come back. It's not worth it, But he's not in this scene. And so Jolene is left to her own devices, and she chooses her promise, her oath, really, over all. And she lets Poochie go, and so he gets, like, devoured by the baby and taken somewhere else. Where's Poochie now? What is Poochie now? And what has become of the baby, the bone, the knowledge that Poochie brings with him? A new moon, a new priest. Heaven time. Ooh, shit. This is getting spicy. And we're going to have kind of a reset. Father Poochie's going to kind of, I assume, is going to kind of disappear. And we're going to have some big questions, right? And they're going to either get recaptured or sneak back into the prison or something. And it's going to be like, same as it ever was, except things are deeply, deeply, deeply wrong in the state of the underlying state of the being of the world. Weird. We're somewhere else now. We were in one place and now we're somewhere else. All right, we gotta go get Hermes, and we gotta go get Real Weather Report. Oh, I don't know if I can ever look at Real Weather Report again the same way. That's rough. Man, what a twist. What a couple of twists. What a twist. Okay, I think we'll wrap there. I'll let this percolate or brew or whatever, and turn into ideas that I'll talk to you about next week when we watch more JoJo's. So until next week when we watch and read some more JoJo's, thanks for watching. Hope you don't get murdered by a friend who it turns out is an enemy in the meantime. And beware of foggy days, I guess. See you next week. Rest in peace, Foo Fighters. Peace. Yeah. Peace.